Hey guys, happy Homebrew Wednesday. Reading Tasting Beer by Randy Mosher. Fantastic book, really intriguing. Talks about beer pairings with food, just different aspects of beer. Randy Mosher is a fantastic author. I say fantastic a lot, I think, but he really is. He's a good author, and he also founded the Cicerone program, which I have passed the first level of. So I'm a big fan of what he's doing with his work, and it's a great book. Pick it up if you can. Enjoying a beer, and what you guys are looking at is the start of my JTV casts. It is coming soon, I promise. What I've got is a mixer. I've got my stylus on order for my record player. These speakers right now, those are not going to be my monitor speakers, but they're nice Bose speakers. They're just hanging out for the moment. Just rebuilt an old computer, and I've been loading up my iTunes with all of the different computers I have. I've really been bad about not just having like one library of music, so I've been doing a kind of a condensing of all of my tunes, and we're just maybe a week or so away, hopefully, from having a JTV cast. My brother Justin, who's behind the camera on this video, will be joining me. He's a big music nut, likes politics, and we all love beer, so we're hoping to have a fun and entertaining show. I've got one more thing to show you all over at my bar, so I'm going to stand up, have a sip, and you guys can follow me over there. I'll show you what I have going on. Man, I love beer. So, my grain mill. Frankenstein 3-roller. I've got a hopper that I built, or made. I just cut the top off of a water jug. I built the base and all this. But it's a great mill. The worst part of it is this. A Durabuilt brand drill from Target. It gets the job done, but it's maybe the worst drill of all time, and it crushes too fast and has no torque. You guys can't see it, but on this side of my mill I have a little plate here. On the other side I don't have a plate, and that's because this thing has such bad torque, I have to take a screwdriver sometimes and just kind of flick the roller like that to get it going with a screwdriver, because it just doesn't have the torque to get the grain started. So what I'm going to do is motorize it. I've got this General Electric motor. It's a high torque, low RPM. It's 177.7 revolutions per minute. That's fantastic, once again, for a mill. I've got a start capacitor, and then I've got these. These are spider couplings. There's the first piece, there's the spider portion, and then there's the other piece. These connect with just a screw set. Okay, so this will go on the shaft of the mill, this one will go on the shaft of the motor, and this piece will go in between. And when you put them together, it forms a really, really tight connection. And so the motor can be turned on and will turn the mill, and because this middle piece is slightly rubberized, it's a hard rubber, it won't crack or break like a metal piece would. So I'm going to have a video coming up pretty soon about motorizing your mill, and we're actually planning on using this mill on this big table that we're going to build for heavy riffs. So this will actually be a piece of our brewery equipment. And it's not because we couldn't afford a mill or anything, but this mill works great. We're planning on buying most of our grain pre-crushed, except for our specialty grains, because regular base grain you go through pretty fast in a brewery. It's the base grain that you don't need as much of that kind of sits around for a little bit, so we want to crush that as we go. And for our purposes, that's going to be an excellent way to minimize cost on a mill, but also allow us to get a good crush on what we're buying that's not pre-ground. And yeah, that's going to be one of my videos coming up. My brother and I just did our first couple videos for our segment that we're calling Between Three Guitars. And yes, that's kind of a knockoff or a playoff of the comedy bit Between Two Ferns that Zach Galifianakis does. But on these videos, we drink a beer and we evaluate an album or talk about an album that we've been listening to. We have a lot of fun doing it, and it's great to have something else to bring to the channel. So we're hoping that you guys will be looking forward to that. Other videos we have coming up, I just did my mead video. I hope some of you have watched that. It's so simple to make mead, and I wanted to highlight that. I've got our can kit video, our extract beer kit or can kit. That one is on the editing block, and that one's almost done. The extract with steeping grains video has been shot. I haven't started to actually rip into that one yet, or you know, piece it together, whatever you want to call it. But that one's getting pretty close too, and that'll be up, you know, next week or so. And then after that, we've got our partial mash video, and then we're going to do some all grain stuff. So plenty to tune in for on the Heavy Riff channel. I'd also like to invite all of you to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. At Facebook, we are Heavy Riff Brewing. On Twitter, we are Heavy Riff Beer. And Justin, my brother, who you guys will meet very soon in our video that we did, like I was just talking about, Between Three Guitars, he does #365albums. So it's his kind of daily take on the music world, something he's listened to that he liked. As far as an album goes, he gives a 140 character synopsis on either the best song or why he likes the album, and he has a lot of fun doing that. Other than that, guys, I'm looking forward to talking with everyone on Craig's Cast and Hockey Players Cast on the JTV, and I'm going to drink some beers and have a good Homebrew Wednesday. Hope everyone else is planning to do the same. I'm still drinking my English bitter. I know I've talked about it a lot, but you know what? I'm just digging on this beer right now. So I'm going to say cheers, 17. I'll see you all next week, and have a good one.